It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Toronto Raptors here at their home, Scotiabank Arena. For the Raptors, with a roster that has played exceptionally well together throughout the season, they've made it to second place in the Eastern Conference. Coming down the stretch, a number of teams on the playoff bubble. Shaq, what can they do to close out strong?
Well, value not just every game. You have to value every possession.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, you've worked all year for this, so go get it, Ernie. Go out and get it. Grab it, bite it, eat it, go get it.
Wow.
How do you follow that up?
I don't know, but bubble teams, they don't have the luxury of resting players. That's the difference. You know, guys with nagging injuries, you got to play through that if you're on a bubble because you got to get into that playoff.
Would you like to take a night off?
No.
How about you?
No, I don't like taking nights off. I'd like to play through all my nagging injuries.
Ernie, that's why we have 6 rings up here on this panel.
There's 6 between the 3 of us.
You don't ever take nights off. You play through the pain.
How many do you have? How many do you
4?
have, Shaq? 2?
6.
Right, okay. Stay at 6. How many do you have? 4 and 2. Right. Got it.
I've got the same number of rings as Kevin Harlan.
The Raptors look to take charge, and we're bringing it to you live from Toronto here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Charlotte Hornets. And they lost it by a single point, just one more possession, or one less bad shot away from a different result. Those really sting.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one, and probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
You try not to dwell on losses like that, but hey, you can't help it. Hopefully, they'll learn something from that defeat.
Tonight, Smitty, 2 teams, same conference, rivalry game. Tensions could be hot.
First of all, Kevin, I'm fired up. The fans are going to be fired up. The players. This is not one of those normal games. The tensions are going to be high. I think this one's going to be very physical.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Markkanen is the 4, with Lopez in the middle. Dunn and LaVine are the guard sets. And it's Porter in at the small forward position.
You have to love what Marc Gasol gives you offensively. Can score facing up, back to the basket, and one of the best passing centers in the game.
One shot, gentlemen.
And talking about Gasol, also an impact guy on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, Kevin. He has the size, the length, and the instincts. Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. A true cornerstone for your team.
Now, here's Markkanen. Back to Dunn. Clock at 4, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Inside, and there's Dunn on the assist from Porter.
One of the stronger point guards we have, Chris Dunn, often does his best work in the paint.
Here's Leonard. Got it. Good job in the low post. Leonard's got his first basket of the night.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Leonard brings the double team. Lopez dishes to LaVine. Porter. Green with the block. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Markkanen. Siakam, good.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
To the middle, here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
And it's Lowry penetrating, and it's sent back by Lopez. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. Now, they are 0-2 so far against this team this season. I asked him what they have to do to flip the script. He said, well, at the end of the day, it comes down to putting points on the board. We have to be more effective against their shot blockers. Maybe it's crashing the glass. Maybe it's better looks on the perimeter. But we have to figure it out. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So their focus is squarely on the opponent today, in particular that defense they have to contend with.
And I just wonder if they'll try to solve the problems this defense poses by keeping the tempo quick, trying to strike early in the shot clock.
You know, I think a more patient approach would be smart. Concentrate on shot selection and ball movement rather than tempo.
2 shots. Max on the first.
The first free throw is good. Steve, with Toronto being the lone team in Canada in the NBA, they represent a lot for the nation's basketball fans.
Canada has taken a big step forward in their basketball program. More high draft picks are Canadian, and more are on the way. The success, in my opinion, of the Raptors over the last several years has definitely had an impact on Canadian basketball. Zach LaVine won back-to-back dunk contests in 2015 and 2016. The second one against Eric Gordon, an all-time classic.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 4. Markkanen passes to Dunn. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. And Dr. J said it best. Zach LaVine is among the greatest performers in dunk contest history.
LaVine doesn't actually dunk a whole lot in regular games, but when he gets out in transition, though, step back.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Lopez kicks to Porter. Pass to Markkanen. Inside. That's good from Dunn on the assist by Markkanen. And it's 6 points for Chris Dunn.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Bulls trail by 4. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Lowry. It's deflected.
Markkanen with the nice block shot. His size has been a factor in this game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Lopez, no luck.
How many times have you seen him do that? Losing focus on a simple lay-in.
And the shot goes in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Leonard with the steal. Jumps up. And then Leonard with the dunk.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
Here's LaVine. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
They couldn't hit a thing out there. With that awful shooting percentage, you will be lucky to win one game in this league.
Looking now at some numbers for Siakam. The past month has been surreal. He's averaging about 19 points per, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Porter finds LaVine. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Porter outside. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors leading by 12. Here's Leonard. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Porter to end the run, and finished off by Porter.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And checking out the numbers for Lopez. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 12th in shooting percentage. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And as you mentioned, one of the more efficient scorers in pro basketball. He challenges defenders with his bravado. And more often than not, he prevails. So it's Toronto now. It's a 14-point game, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. A quick check now, the 2K leaderboard in the league's best rebounders at the 2-guard slot since the All-Star break. The 4th spot held by Zach LaVine.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
It just illustrates the level of effort that the guys on that list play with every night. They're willing to do all the things to help their teams win, and rebounding is a big part of it.
And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Bulls. They trail by 16. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision-making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Bulls trail by 16. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And a wide-open look for Porter. Off target with his 3.
And that's the shot he wants. Just a little bit out of rhythm.
Stolen by LaVine. In transition, here come the Bulls. Dunn's running. On the wing, LaVine fires from the corner. And the shot is long.
And the defense daring him to shoot that. Good plan right there.
The drive by Green. That one good for 2. Green's got 6.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
LaVine wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Raptors leading by 18. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And not usually what we see from him. 3 turnovers already in the game.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Leonard. And Norman Powell subbed in for Danny Green. Ibaka against Porter. From 10 feet out, shots good by Ibaka.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
And the Raptors making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Felicio comes in for Robin Lopez. And Luwawu subbed in for Zach LaVine. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
Selden, they can't stop the run with that one. And the Raptors with possession. Here's Powell. Porter pulls it in. Bulls have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Here's Luwawu. No good off the back of the rim.
A mix-up with the defense leaves him wide open for mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Powell, that's good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lots of room. No good from Luwawu.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Chicago has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Passed it to Selden. He's looking for Porter and finds him. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Basket counts. That's now 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
Here's Arcidiacono. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Sinks the three-pointer.
For 3.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Ibaka goes in. That one goes. Counted.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
Here's Felicio. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Felicio's got his first 2 points.
When you watch Anunoby play, he does so much well. Makes his teammates better. Not easy to do as a young wing player. He's a fantastic passer and does a very good job of reading the play.
For Toronto, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lynn's checked in. Harrison's checked in for Chicago. He hits both from the stripe.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
And that one's good by Porter. Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times, but then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
Here's Harrison after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Here's Felicio. Another one falls for Chicago.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lin's shot is off.
That's just 2 tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
And the foul on Wayne Selden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
The second person, 4th team.
Toronto with the ball. Here's Lynn. Felicio with a rebound. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Porter kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. 55 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Lynn. Sinks that one from the post. Lynn's got his second bucket.
Even with the defense all over him, Lynn buries the J. Outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots.
Here's Luwawu. He's got 6. Ibaka outside. Over Porter. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 12 points in the game.
Completely on his game. Hasn't missed a shot all night. A big part of why this team is winning.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Ibaka. All alone. And Ibaka slams it in.
For a big, Ibaka has excellent end-to-end speed. Hard to stay with in transition.
Harrison kicks to Porter. His three-pointer's off the mark. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Serge Ibaka at the line for 2.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
He hits the second from the line. 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stolen. Goes up. And oh my, what a slam right at the buzzer.
Having a tremendous game here. Ibaka's been on fire, and the defense has failed to adjust.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's the Raptors running away with this one. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pioneers of Canadian basketball, like Vince Carter.
Vince Carter really changed the game of basketball in Canada. He created something that's forever lasting, and I think the game of basketball in Canada owes him a lot because he really brought the buzz to the game of basketball in Canada.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a very convincing performance from the Raptors so far.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Fun to watch. They give you no time to set up on defense, and we see that reflected in the score.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Chicago right now, they've got Selden. Luwawu is out there with Harrison. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's Felicio in at the center. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
Well, you know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty started to be questioned.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And here's Leonard from three. Hits the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
LaVine, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here is Ibaka after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. From 12 feet out, again Toronto.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
LaVine with it, 8 points for him. Here's Luwawu. That three off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Got that one up quick.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball, that'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Lowry marketing with his size. He has decent hops also, and he can finish above the rim.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Well, it feels quite a while ago that the Bulls put up 72 wins in a regular season.
Well, the Warriors beat that mark 2 decades later, and that was a few years ago. But give the Bulls credit. They've been trying to put together a contender. It's just kind of hard to find another Michael Jordan.
Some changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for OG Anunoby, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. And the Bulls making a change also. Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. And Lowry gets it to go.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Harrison, now recovering, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
To the paint. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. It's deflected. Here's LaVine. He's got 8. And Luwawu gets it to go. Luwabu's got 6 here in this quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And the basket by Lowry.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lowry's got 12 in the game.
The quickness of Kyle Lowry getting them out and running.
Harrison passes to Markkanen. Out left to the wing, from past the arc, and Luwawu gets it to go. He's got 15.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Bulls making a switch here. Arcidiakono's checked in.
Ryan Arcidiakono.
And there's the pass to Markkanen. Ibaka comes with the double team. Back to Markkanen. Wide open. Count it.
This is where Markkanen is lethal. Good balance off the catch, smooth mechanics, soft touch.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Good.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
To the inside, Arcidiakono. Siakam pulls it in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team.
Oh, did you see that? Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. LaVine kicks to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. No good from Luwawu. Toronto's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And that one's good. Leonard.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead. When you think back to 2014, Kawhi was named an All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, broke out as a true superstar.
And that one's good. Arcidiakono.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul. We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
Down low, here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Smitty, as you were saying about Leonard, only 2 other players in league history had obtained all 3 of those honors in a single season.
And those other 2, Jordan and Akeem Olajuwon, have been the only ones to do it. But Leonard did it at a very young age. Maybe the most amazing thing, Leonard still just entering his prime.
And the Raptors with some changes. Marc Gasol comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Green in for Jeremy Lin. And the Bulls making a change also. Dunn's checked in. Goes up the baseline. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Green's got 8 points.
Terrific shot, Danny Green, a champion in college and in the pros, of course, just has a winning attitude.
And LaVine, here we go. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
And from everything you hear, LaVine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
Free throw good, LaVine.
I mean, thinking back to where LaVine was drafted, 13th overall, raised some eyebrows, but it was all about upside.
And so LaVine nails both of them. Well, Steve, when you look at the core of this Raptors team, all in their prime to late prime.
The window is closing for this group. The team should definitely feel a sense of urgency on making the most of this opportunity.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Dunn. He's got 6. Passes it to Arcidiacono. Markkanen inside the line. And again, Chicago, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
They get the rebound, and he uses the glass on the layup. Green's got 6 in the quarter.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Leonard, and he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 35.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Lopez, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Gasol finds Leonard. Back to Gasol. They kick it out to Green. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
To the inside, and the dunk by Lopez.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. LaVine for 3, but they'll get another chance.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
That's his first personal foul.
And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table, a consistent 3-and-D player.
First one falls for him. Well, we know, Steve, the GMs are in a tough position in this NBA. Trying to win, obviously, is the number one desire, but they got to balance everyone's view of the landscape. Winning now as opposed to looking what's best for the future.
And it's totally hard because we all understand what happens because you get penalized at the end of the year if you're not a team that's, pretty much locked in the playoffs. You almost want to lose games to get a chance to have a better chance to get a higher draft pick. I think this is something that over the course of the next few seasons, this will be looked at very closely.
Here's Arcidiacono. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. From the arc, that's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
Here's Green. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game. Here's Arcidiacono. He's got 5. Outside Porter. Pass to Arcidiacono. From outside, off the mark. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Tipped away. Powell, the pass to Siakam. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 20.
Hey, for a guy who's never averaged more than 12 points a game over an entire season, Danny Green is destroying them tonight.
Arcidiacono kicks to Selden. To the paint, all alone. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Here's Green. Lopez with the block.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pulls up on the wing, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
And Lopez throws it down.
When Lopez gets in that close, it's tough to stop him from slamming it home.
Here's Green, and it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Dunn looking over the floor. Goes up to the stripe, and the jumper falls for him. Dunn's got 8 points.
You know, this is where Dunn's best, shooting the jumper.
Gasol. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
And so it's Toronto holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 37 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, the Claw continues to take his game to a new level, Ernie. Incredibly fluid with range nowadays. The tremendous handle, hard to think of a better two-way player than him in the league. And the first half showed his ability to control a game to the fullest.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And every team needs this, a guy who challenges the defense with that slashing ability.
You know what? So many teams focus on the perimeter and alley-oops. It's important to have someone who can work that in-between area.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marc Gasol. And it's Siakam in at the power forward position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
Into the Bulls, shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Dunn passes to Markkanen. And Gasol comes to help. Inside, here's Lopez. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Outside, Porter. LaVine up top. Picked him clean. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Markkanen. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Those are the kind of looks you want to get coming out of the break. Get it in tight, get those high-quality chances in the paint.
Here's Porter. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist.
Assist goes to
LaVine's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Green, and he makes good on the layup. Green's got 24 points.
Great play calling. The execution, 3 for 3 to start the half.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. LaVine dishes to Lopez. The 3. And it's Lowry with the rebound.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. LaVine kicks to Dunn. No good with the triple. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Shoots inside, and the nice bucket inside from Markkanen. Markkanen's got 8 points.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Well, Steve, for the Raptors the last few years, regular season hasn't been a problem. It's been all about the playoffs.
Yeah, the Raptors have the goal of making it out of the East and to the finals. It's the right goal to have with the way they perform in the regular season. This team, they will always be measured by their playoff runs.
Here's Leonard.
Lopez can be such a thorn in your side with his defensive presence.
Leonard, no luck. Dunn, wide open, he fires. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Yep, that one goes. 41 points for Kawhi Leonard.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, sinks the triple.
From distance, Markkanen with the picture-perfect mechanics and the height to almost always get a clean look.
And the Raptors call time here.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Green.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Zach LaVine. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level, putting up 26 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his three-ball shooting and his passing really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down.
No good on the second free throw. Well, not too long ago, Kyle Lowry was a free agent in high demand, Steve. Toronto signed him to that big contract, and it's worked out for both of them.
You know, the Raptors believed in Lowry and were willing to pay up to keep him. They see him as a vital part of this team now. Lowry took some time to mature as a player, but now it's paying off.
They get it back and finished off by Gasol.
At 7'1", it is hard to keep Marc Gasol off the glass.
LaVine finds Lopez. Teardrop shot, and there's LaVine on the assist from Lopez. And 12 points for Zach LaVine.
The beauty of the teardrop, very difficult to really contest.
Siakam misses. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Chicago. Pass to Markkanen over Gasol, and that one comes up a bit short.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Lynn's shot is off. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. LaVine can't hit. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The baseline J. A nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got 10.
The D gave him too good of a look right there. He rose up and knocked it down easily.
Outside, LaVine. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Lowry from outside falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
It seems like almost every shot Lowry takes is contested, but he doesn't let it bother him.
LaVine kicks to Lopez. Here's Harrison. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. Harrison's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on him.
And Markkanen throws it down.
I mean, on the attack, Markkanen is a fluid athlete with great coordination for his size.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. That one goes in. Markkanen's got 9 points in the quarter.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. OG Anunoby comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Felicio's checked in for Chicago. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Markkanen. And Chicago's shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
First personal foul.
Chicago shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good. Steve, you were kind of a positionless player when you played 6'8", highly skilled. Talk about some of the guys who really fit that bill in today's game.
I think guys like LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum does a fantastic job. Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, he's done a nice job. Gordon Hayward. Those are the guys that are 6'8", 6'7", can do a lot of different things at that position. One of the best also at that position, Andre Iguodala. To be able to switch out on offense and also play different positions on the offensive end.
Excellent list. Here's Harrison after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. In the corner, it's LaVine. And again, Chicago, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Siakam banked in off the glass. Siakam's got 12.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on. High percentage play, working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. So it's Chicago now to the right side. Here's Luwawu. Misses the 3. Siakam, good. Siakam's got 12 points in just the second half.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Something went on in that locker room. They've come out aggressive, but also extremely focused.
No good from Luwawu. Here's Toronto now. Big stretch here going 10-2. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Everybody talked about that huge Jimmy Butler trade last year. Some people criticized the Bulls' return in the deal, but the team seems happy with what they got.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry.
One shot.
Well, talking about that trade, it's obvious the Bulls were thinking full-on rebuild.
Yeah, they got young assets in Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn. Lowry marketing was a great draft pick. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler and the Wolves, they lost in the first round of the playoffs. This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Anunoby, good.
And the penetrating ability of Anunoby, confident when it comes to attacking the defense.
Now the pass to Selden. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Raptors moving it up. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Here's Anunoby. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Inside, the kick out to Porter. Lets it go with a 3. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
The Bulls shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Passes it to Arcidiacono. Offline from the top of the key. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Powell, that's good.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Here's Arcidiacono. 7 points in the game. Here's the floater. Felicio, the pass to Arcidiacono. And the rejection by Ibaka. Baseline J on the way. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Bulls shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Here's Harrison. And the Bulls with another miss. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. It's tipped. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Danny Green, he's checked in for Toronto. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Dunn's checked in. Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor, but that does take a lot of discipline.
Yeah, it really fit. It's a shoe-in for me. I started hooping for the Nike check. I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a beach. In the fountain blue when you saw me. She was I just came to get these fits up. I'm everywhere, I just didn't get no pics up. You was there, you saw me get my... Oh, you heard about it. Bloody gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game, I ain't had no option. Now I really got it. I really do. I really got it.
While we can, let's get a quick check of our 2K leaderboard for a glimpse at one of the NBA's most elite groups. The top three-point shooting wingman in the league. Fourth, Otto Porter Jr.
I mean, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the three isn't all, though, that they do, but it sure is a lot of what they do.
When the three-point shot is working for one of these fellas, that's when the defense has to be worried because any of them can get hot from behind the line. The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. And it's done in the corner. 5 on the clock, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Toronto.
For a lead guard, Dunn's the perfect storm inside. Long, strong, and athletic.
Two shots.
And that one misses.
Chris Dunn taken 5th overall back in 2016. Didn't break through in his rookie season with the Wolves. He's getting more opportunity here in Chicago.
He hits the second from the line. And Greg, you look at Dunn, it can take longer for point guards to develop in the NBA.
A great point. It's the most cerebral position in our game. Learning how to run an NBA offense is a challenge. Good news, though, is he's putting in the work necessary to figure it out and progressing nicely.
And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
And the first one at the line is good.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
And both free throws good for Green. 1:14 left to play in the third. To the middle. Here's Selden. Lays it up and banks it in.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Shots good by Green. Green's got 28 points for the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the paint, here's Porter. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. That's tipped. Ball's knocked loose. Selden kicks to Porter. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Porter's got 11 points here in just the second half. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Porter. Back to Dunn. To the inside, Felicio. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And in terms of size, not your typical center. but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And the basket is good. 8 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Porter. With 4 seconds on the clock, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play.
Shooting one.
Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
For Chicago, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good. Porter. Here's Gasol. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
You know, this is the discipline you need to play with. At this level, number of possessions matters.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Raptors out in front, running away with it. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So the Bulls 5 right now. Selden is out there with Otto Porter Jr. And it's Felicio in at the center position.
You got to love this tonight. Marc Gasol is having his way on the offensive end.
The Bulls shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Selden passes to Felicio. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Assist from.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Mark down there on the block.
Here's Arcidiacono, following the basket by Marc Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Here's Felicio, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Powell, that's good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Powell's gotten 3 of his 5 shots to go here. Arcidiacono kicks to Porter. Here's Selden, covered by Miller. Here's Felicio. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Raptors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Shots good by Boucher.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
And here are the Bulls now. The Raptors getting the bucket.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Count it. Here's Arcidiacono. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Porter looking it over. From the stripe. And the Bulls with another miss. The Raptors have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go win. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter.
How is it possible? Wide open 2.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Inside. And the layup's good off the glass. Porter's got 16 points here in the second half.
As solid as he's been, they're still behind. He needs help.
And Gasol, here we go. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Raptors making a change here. McCaw's checked in. Bulls shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Here's Zeldin to the middle. And he jams it with authority.
Great eye contact. Guys working in tandem in the paint.
And Toronto turns it over again. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Thursday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And for their matchup with the Magic, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Markkanen can't get it to go. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches that has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Bulls. And the second free throw, good. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And Lin comes to help. Kicks it to Markkanen. Here's Luwawu. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Luwawu's got 20.
Continuing from where he left off. First three-pointer of this half, fourth of the game.
Lin from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists tonight. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Elkins, defended by Gasol. They grab their own miss.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
He takes pride in how he crashes the glass. No one is getting in his way when he's in that area.
Toronto calls timeout. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. Harrison's checked in for Chicago. For Toronto, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. A nice shot by Lin. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. The pass to Blakeney. Back to Harrison. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. For Toronto, they've gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Miller, an easy 2 points on the layup.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Harrison kicks to Markkanen. To the middle. Here's Felicio. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Not completely comfortable yet as a facilitator. Markkanen working on that aspect of his game.
West has been the dominant conference of late. It's been that way for a while, but out east, Steve, we're seeing the development of some great young rosters.
Yeah, over time, and obviously you see the balance of conferences go one way or other. When you have teams that just dominate and win championship, usually you'll see that lopsidedness, and that's in the West right now. But on the East, I mean, that team, the Boston Celtics, we all can say if they're healthy, they got a chance to be in that conversation. You love the youth of the Philadelphia 76ers. And in Milwaukee, they need to add another player to go with Giannis, and they'll have a chance to be talked about as well.
Good overview. Chicago's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Markkanen. Stolen away. Here's McCaw. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity. Taking a workmanlike approach inside. That's the shot you want.
Here's Lynn. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Lynn's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Gasol with the steal. It's 2-on-1. And here they go. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio.
First personal foul.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
One shot.
And that one falls for Lynn. And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
The Bulls have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And Luwawu gets it to go.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the lead pass.
There's Miller with the three. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his fourth assist in this one. And for the Bulls, they're shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. From 13, doesn't go for him. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. That one good for 2. Here's Harrison. To the wing on the left. Down low. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Here's Miller. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Poke loose. Here's Boucher from about 16. Nice jump shot. Good. Boucher's got 7 points for the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol.
You look at Lauri Markkanen, he's a 7-foot fluid basketball player. Most European players not known for their athleticism, but his mobility is pretty good for a player his size.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And Markkanen, still young, he'll look to add strength as his career continues.
And if he does, Kevin, his future is probably at the center position. It's not about bulk. You got to be strong to weather that physicality inside.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling that, it has been a problem for some players in the past.
Here's Harrison. The Raptors getting the bucket. Here's Lynn. Banked in off the glass. Lynn's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And the way Lynn picks his spots, just knowing his place in the offensive schemes and scoring well as a result.
Time now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with Chicago's head athletic trainer. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
Thanks for checking in, DA. Injuries are always tough to deal with, but they're just a fact of life in the NBA.
And he'll have a lot of support as he goes through the recovery process. They want him back as soon as possible.
And we know how much better they'll be as a team when he's out of those street clothes and back in uniform. Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
And it's Harrison with the ball for Chicago. Blakeney passes to Harrison. And Miller with the block. Puts it up from 15. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Anunoby's got 14 points now in the second half.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Blakeney kicks to Markkanen. On the mark with the 15-footer.
You have to be impressed with the way this kid shoots the ball. Markkanen built for that mid-range game.
Anunoby. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 6th assist on the night. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Blakeney passes to Markkanen. That one drops for him. Markkanen's got 21 in the game.
Since day one, there was never any doubt that Markkanen could score, but we didn't know he'd be this prolific.
Well, the Bulls shooting very well right now, 52% in this fourth quarter. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Markkanen. Here's Blakeney. Down low, here's Harrison. The shot will not fall. Ibaka with some nice D. Shot from the wing. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 22 points for him.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's Blakeney after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Blakeney kicks to Harrison. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, Markkanen buries the long-range jumper.
When he sets up for that jumper, Markkanen wastes no motion.
Toronto calls timeout. They're up. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time!
Now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lynn's shot is off. Here's Zeldin. Down low. Lynn with the steal. Tries from 16. Misses off the right iron.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Ibaka looking for an opening. Over Lopez. Offline. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.